WeatherScope.
Once again, the West Coast is getting hammered with another Pacific powerhouse of a storm. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this edition of WeatherScope. I'm Warren Madden.
And I'm Sharon Resultant. The system that brought heavy rain, wind, and hail to the eastern half of the nation is finally, and I mean finally, starting to depart. We're going to have details on that. Warren will talk about that. But first, a look at some stormy weather in Texas, and we'll start you out taking a peek at what's going on here into Texas. And the areas in orange and red indicate where severe thunderstorms might be found or strong thunderstorms. Looking at the radar picture, and I'll zoom in just a second on this region, we will still find some pretty nasty thunderstorms heading into Aransas County and Calhoun County. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Up to golf ball size hail reported with these storms, and some damaging winds blew through around Refugio. So it's been pretty nasty go of it here across this entire region. But that particular cell there, very, very nasty thunderstorm cell. Let's put a little more zoom into it, and you can see just south of Victoria. That is really a nasty looking cell. So very strong winds with those folks, and you can expect, boy, I'll get it out. You can tell it's a Monday. You can expect to find some pretty large hail, and it's going to be a real nasty situation there just south of Victoria. All right, that's our little spin there. That's due to an area of low pressure across Texas. It's been bringing some strong thunderstorms into south central Texas throughout the evening. As we work our way further out to the west, what do we have? Same old story, more rain here from Seattle all the way back down towards San Francisco. And here's some scenes of what it looked like earlier on in Oregon. The rain and the wind moved onto the Oregon coast this afternoon, and you are under a heavy surf advisory tonight. Now, waves could get up to 18 feet, and winds could gust up to around 60 miles per hour. The rain, of course, has not impacted your ride along Highway 101 this past afternoon, but you can expect some heavier rain through the overnight and a wet commute for your Thursday. So remember that. May take a little extra travel time, at least during the morning, along the 101 and along I-5. Again, there's a look at the rain pattern pushing on eastward. The fronts are still well offshore. Once that cold front swings on through, then the pattern of the precipitation will turn to one that is more showery in nature. A look at the gale warnings in effect and the heavy surf advisory all the way from Clatsop Spit, Oregon, all the way back down into the Mexican border. And a quick peek at a couple of radars here, just proving the point that the rain has moved onshore. Heavier rain up around the Puget Sound area, stretching southward toward Portland. There's some darker green here, some more substantial moisture coming in around the Chico area, around Red Bluff, Ukiah, light rain, and occasionally seeing some rain around San Francisco, although not all of the light green is actually reaching the ground. So another wet go of it for you heading into the west. Still a couple of strong storms into South Texas. Let's see if things are settling down in the east. Warren?
Well, the storm system that soaked much of the east this week is beginning to make an exit, Sharon, but it is still causing problems for the Ohio Valley and into the northeast. In Concord, New Hampshire this morning, you were dealing with some sleet as the storm system moved through your neck of the woods. Road crews out and about today trying to clean up the streets, clearing out the slush. The sleet did cause some cars to slip off the road, and we had a few fender benders as well, but nothing too serious. Kind of a dual-barreled system right now. Two low-pressure systems to tell you about. The first one I'll tell you about is the one that's here east of Detroit. It's the one that came up west of the Appalachians, brought a lot of rain into the Ohio River Valley, but it is kind of winding itself down now. However, farther to the east, our coastal low, which finally took shape, still pretty vigorous. In fact, you can see how tightly packed our isobars are here, lines of equal pressure. Whenever you see them pushed together like that, it spells wind, and we are expecting some stronger winds along the Maine coast. National Weather Service has issued storm warnings from Eastport down to the Merrimack River. That means you could see wind gusts up over 55 miles an hour, so please bring in loose items from your yard, and certainly if you have a boat tied to the dock, make sure it's securely fastened. But one effect of that wind is that it is bringing some milder air in off of the ocean. So even Bangor now 36 degrees. You have to go all the way up to Caribou before you start dropping really much below freezing. And as a result, we are not seeing a lot in the way of snow across coastal Maine, even in central Maine. You have to go farther north before you get to the snow. The cold air just not there. We are still seeing some light rain here across New York and Pennsylvania. Operative word there, rain. You can see the rotation around our other low as it slowly works its way eastward. So New York City into Boston, you probably see some showers as we head on into the morning. Where is the cold air? Well, we've got a little bit out there. Northern plains here in the lower 30s, seeing a little snow around Fargo, Bismarck and Minot, picking up a little bit of snow, Dickinson as well. But farther to the south, the cold air runs out of steam, so little showers around Des Moines, heading northeast of Des Moines as well, and down in toward the Quad Cities area. Well, we do have another storm coming ashore in the west, the latest in a series. And as we've been mentioning, El Nino has a lot to do with the weather patterns. Let's get a little more information on that. Here's Sharon.
Well, NASA has released some new data concerning El Nino and its effects on rainfall throughout the world. Rich Johnson gives us the details now in tonight's El Nino Focus.
If you ever wanted to see what El Nino looks like, this is as close as you can get. These are the latest sea surface temperature